So Adin Ross has finally cut off his Crashout friend, and this was a day that most of us probably saw coming if you've been like a longtime viewer of Adin. And that's mostly because Adin's friend Prime has always been like a Crashout in a lot of ways, even dating all the way back to the early days of Adin's career. You see, the streaming world first got introduced to Prime when Adin started blowing up and he moved to LA. I'm sure we all remember that era where Adin was living in the content house with FaZe Banks, Rice Gum, all of them, and at that time Adin was the biggest streamer in the world. And if there's one thing that we could say about Adin, is that he's always been real to his closest friends no matter what. So even while he was the biggest streamer in the world, he was sure to keep some of his day one friends right next to his side, and that included streamers like Neon, Cuffum, Snaggy Hoes, and of course Izi Prime. Now Prime had a very different life than Adin or most of his other friends as well, because he grew up in the trenches of Chicago, and as some of you guys may know, growing up in areas like that is never easy for anyone because it comes with nothing but drama and violence, and those things quickly found Prime all throughout his life. In fact, in the early days of Adin's career, Prime had got into a very serious life-altering situation in Chicago. And this wasn't just any small situation. I mean, he literally almost lost his life, and with him being one of Adin's closest friends, Adin took it upon himself to completely change Prime's life. So this is when he would help Prime move from Chicago all the way over to LA. He paid for Prime's rent for an entire year, he gifted him a PC setup, and he even bought him a Tesla as well. And this was a very emotional moment for both Prime and Adin, and it literally changed his life forever.
Playing the games all these years, bro, niggas ain't believe in nobody, bro. Even your own family didn't want to believe in me, bro. Bro, come on, bro. Like, nigga, you know, when I was playing the game with my man in 2016, bro.
Like, just doing that shit for fun.
Nigga, I wanted to be a gamer.
I know you did.
But, nigga,
do you remember
bro,
you used to watch my streams when I had no viewers in my shit?
Man, bro.
Prime was literally, you guys can look right now on my Twitch. Prime was following my Twitch in 2016. You deserve it all, bro, for real. I'm glad you're the first person I could ever bless. You helped me get to where I am today, bro. I mean, you're the one person.
Bro, you for real, bro?
I swear to God.
Now at the time, this was probably one of Adin's biggest moments of his career. As I said, this was like back in 2021. But as time went on, we really got to see the type of person Prime was. And for the most part, it seemed like Prime was always like a joking and funny person who didn't really take too many things serious. But everything kind of changed where he got into his first altercation on camera during a live stream that Adin Ross did featuring Speed and NLE Chopper. And in that stream, he found himself in a very heated argument with one of Chopper's guests.
Pocket full of money. I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't give a fuck what it is.
That's $100 in a row.
Pocket, nigga.
Alright, bro, stop talking to me, man.
Bully. Is y'all
talking to
twitching?
me, bro.
Get back to twitching for somebody to get to twitching. On bro. On bro. Tell your people I ain't playing.
What the fuck? Shorty, what?
I'm not playing with you, bro. You got my money.
Prime.
My money.
Shorty, get the twitching?
Prime.
Chill out, bro.
Shorty,
chill.
You gotta get your people, bro. You grabbing my money, putting my money in your pocket.
His money.
That's my money, bro.
That's his money.
You gotta tell your eyes my money.
Hey, you don't talk about no little ass boy.
Hey, look, I ain't talking about no little boy.
Hey, watch out. Cut the camera.
Now that was the first Crashout that we seen of Prime, and as time continued, this started to become a repeated pattern. The next biggest altercation we seen Prime get in was back in 2023 when Adin did his first ever collab stream with Charleston White, and that stream was going pretty well. It was extremely funny early on, all the way up until the point where Prime and Charleston White got into a heated argument over something extremely dumb that I'm not even going to talk about. But that was another example of a situation that was going relatively well, all the way up until the point where Prime started getting too involved. Now as time continued, as I said, this started to become a repeated cycle in Prime's life. Adin always did these big collabs or big events, and he would always invite Prime out to them because Prime is one of his closest friends, one of his longtime friends, you know, things like that. So of course he wants his boy to be in attendance, but it really just seemed like Prime could never get his act together. And that continued to show in 2024 when Adin first started doing his brand risk competitions in Miami. For those of you that don't know, when brand risk first started, it was something that really only consisted of like streamers and influencers. So maybe like the day of the big event or the day before the big event where everyone was in Miami, all these streamers and different people who were in attendance will all just spark IRL streams all throughout Miami. And of course, when there's this many streamers in one general location that may not like each jailer or whatever the case may be. It's kinda a recipe for disaster, and that only proved to be true when all of these streamers were on a rooftop of the hotel that they were staying at. They were doing streams, things like that. All the vibes were cool, but reportedly someone there had some sort of weapon, and that made other guests who were there feel very uncomfortable, and they ended up like calling to complain and things like that. And that whole situation led to Prime getting arrested and ultimately shaped the way brand risk was handled from that moment forward. Because now all of the people who are like competing in brand risk and things like that, they're not allowed to be like stationed in the same hotels. They're not allowed to stream the day of or the day before. All of these different rules that didn't exist prior to Prime, I guess reportedly having such and such weapon.
And they just said, yo, we just need everyone to leave the rooftop. That's it. Get up from where you're at. And that's it. Okay? He didn't get up. That's it. That's what happened. Okay? I'm not saying Prime had the gun. I don't know who the f had the gun. Somebody had a gun on that rooftop. Somebody complained. It's not safe. This is scary. The cops just said, yo, look, just leave the rooftop, go to your rooms, or leave the hotel. Just get out of the rooftop. Didn't happen. All he had to do was just get up and he would have got arrested. He was drunk. I understand, guys. I understand he was drunk. I understand. Bro, I know how Prime gets when he's drunk. Trust me. But y'all gotta also understand, that doesn't justify anything. Like, seriously, it does not. I don't know if Prime's gonna get charged, but he's 100% going to jail, is what I was told. I'm gonna have a meeting with the PD to figure out what I can do with Prime to help him get out of the situation. And they basically just said event still is on at 8 o'clock. Hey, Prime, also you see this, bro. It doesn't help that you fucking kick the cops' fucking interior, bro.
Now, since that moment and everything happened with brand risk, things started getting a bit more serious. I mean, obviously you can't have people getting arrested and things like that. And it's not really Adin's responsibility to handle any of this, but he is a good friend and he always makes sure like that his friends are well taken care of. So I guess he just accepted the responsibility to help Prime out with this situation. But as time went on, Adin started inviting Prime to less and less events. He stopped being around Prime as much whenever he had something big going on. Really, the only time you saw Prime was when they were just doing something amongst their friends over Discord or maybe in his warehouse. And now it's starting to seem like none of that is sitting well with Prime. Recently, he was on stream with some other streamer. I forgot who it was, no offense. But he started saying some interesting things to that streamer that we're going to react to now. So according to this headline, it says that Adin Ross's friend Izi Prime said that he regrets being a part of Adin Ross's group SSB and wishes he chose AMP instead. Now, I don't remember Prime ever having the opportunity to join AMP, but let's just listen into what he said.
It's your fault. That's the thing.
It's either you're included or you're not. And I want to include the SSB shit. And I was the main SSB recruit. You know what I'm saying? I made SSB with my brothers.
Okay. That's true. Prime was one of the first people that's a part of this SSB group when they did the whole SSB thing when Adin first moved to LA. Really, it was kind of a thing before he even got to LA. And Prime was one of those original people. But he, like I said, bro, he just can't, like, you can't have people around you that's just going to keep putting you in bad situations, right? Like, especially when you're trying to do big things and there's this person that's always just kind of dragging you down in a sense or just making you look bad.
They made SSB to a different name. So clout take over everything, bro.
It does,
But
it does.
I wish I took AMP.
Really?
Oh God. I love the gambling deal I got though.
Yeah.
But I wish I took AMP.
Well, that's why the fucking expression being loyal to a fault exists, you know? Like a lot of people.
I think anybody would say that they would love to be a part of AMP. It's probably people at FaZe Clan that would have loved to have been a part of AMP, bro. I don't know if that opportunity was on the table. If it was, that's fire. Yes, you definitely should have chose AMP. Granted, at the time, you could say that Adin Ross and what he was building did have a better outlook than AMP. But AMP, bro, they just stuck with it. They did all the right things. It became a real friendship. They kept the business how it was supposed to be ran. And now look where they are today. I think we all can look back and say, oh my God, I wish I was a part of AMP. But that's not how life works, bro.
People are like, put loyalty over everything. They do get screwed over.
Niggas don't know what loyalty is nowadays. If I can make a point.
I think the main thing my dad instilled in me.
Like,
He
he's
literally texted me
loyal.
yesterday.
I fuck with this
Bro,
shit.
you know that, bro.
Oh,
He's
he is.
loyal. He's loyal.
I fuck with him
But
every
when
day.
it's time to make a bag, it's time to make a bag, right? But gang, I knew about AMP before it started, and I could have been an AMP. I should have took it, cause that's what Kai told me. He was like, "I'm about to start this group." My nigga David started a group called AMP.
Yeah.
Okay, this just isn't true. Bro. We all, for those of you that don't know the story of AMP, quick history lesson. AMP was started by Agent and Phantom, right? They had an idea to put a bunch of 2K YouTubers into one house. The plans originally fell through, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then they revisited it later, and that's when it became AMP. And it originally was Agent, Phantom, Davis, Duke Dennis. And that's it, I believe. And then Kai later came through Phantom, introducing him to everyone. Just a little quick history lesson. So basically what I'm saying is Kai had nothing to do with the creation of AMP. Therefore, he wouldn't have been able to invite Prime to AMP before it started. You get what I'm saying? Okay, cool.
And I decided to stay with SSB. Biggest regret of my life. I swear to God.
The thing that I'm always going to be loyal to him because he's the one who brought me up, man.
No, and stay loyal.
Yeah.
But look, bro, if I would have took the AMP deal, I would never be in this truck right now. I'm not gonna lie. I would have probably been in the mansion right now.
You can get
I
back
ain't
in the
gonna lie.
mansion, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm in the penthouse though.
Yeah.
A penthouse. I ain't gonna lie. I'm in the penthouse.
Bro, you
though.
getting some bullshit.
I'm in the penthouse though. I ain't gonna lie.
You been streaming recently?
I gamble.
Bro, just do both.
I don't know how to stream. I don't have.
Okay, so in that video, he was just preaching like loyalty a lot. And I think Adin is a very loyal friend towards Prime. I just think Prime doesn't like the fact that he doesn't get invited to anything, which is fair to feel some type of way about. But as I stated numerous times in this video, when he had the opportunity to get invited to all of these things, he just did the complete opposite of what he was supposed to do. But anyways, there were some more things put out on Twitter about Prime and this whole situation with Adin, so let's check back in on that. So the next day when Prime woke up, I guess he was still in his feelings and chose to express himself on social media a little bit more, and he put out this tweet reading, F lame ass people. People was never my homies. Money changes people on God. Straight sneak dissing and fake love in the air. Can't wait till people learn the truth one day. We still don't really know the truth. He's kind of just speaking subliminally. Damn. I have a speech impediment, if y'all haven't noticed. Anyways, though, he put out another tweet saying, not in that fake-ass group no more. Stop tagging me with them lame-ass people. And this was in reply to a tweet of someone saying that they were going to make an SSB Clipper channel and tagged all of the members of SSB. So apparently he left. He did get kicked from SSB. It looks like he left. But in reality, SSB isn't really a thing anymore. They kind of all just do their own things now. Cuffham does his own thing. He's going crazy. Neon started doing his own thing. He went crazy. There was a point where he wasn't really talking to the rest of the group either. Convy, he does his own thing. He does live with Adin though, but for the most part, he does like his own content. And then Snaggy Hose, he doesn't really stream much. Sweater God, he's like in and out. He's there sometimes he isn't. And then Prime says he isn't in it no more. And then he followed that up with another tweet saying that he was going to stand on what he said, F fake love, and he'd been blackballed. Anyways, he spelled bald extremely wrong. That almost gave me an aneurysm, but he don't want to be where he isn't wanted. And I feel like you can't really argue with him for that. And he also said that they were going to play victim and make him look even more bad. And then he went live again a little bit later on in that same day and shared even more opinions about the whole situation.
Come from the realest nigga I know, gang. On God.
Shout out to Cuffham, man. BAU.
Niggas wake up, gang. I can't wait till them niggas stop. Oh my God, bro. I ain't praying on the nigga downfall, but I can't wait till them niggas stop showing this fake love with each other. Niggas don't even like each other. They just do shit because they just make money with each other. But once that money start coming in, watch how the future is for niggas, bro. I
don't know them, so I'm not going to say they're like all real friends or fake friends or whatever. But you guys do know people become friends when they feel like it's beneficial for them. Now, granted, all of the people around Adin, for the most part, have been friends with Adin for a very long time. Like, even before he blew up and started making all of this money. So I feel like that kind of is like, and you can look at it from either way. But I feel like once he got to that point, it became more of like he's rich. Now we got to stay friends with Adin, or we got to stay friends with each other because we getting this money together. So maybe that's how he feels. And I guess maybe he ain't getting the money no more. So that's why he crashing out. That's what it seems like to me.
Fuck them fake ass niggas. You know what the fuck going on, gang. I'm tired of these fake ass niggas around me, bro. Fuck out of here, nigga. To fake ass niggas that hate each other. Only like each other because of money. Money changed niggas' mindsets. These niggas, money changing these fake ass niggas out here. Niggas ain't even friends for real. The money is they friend, nigga. They fake kicking it with each other. Fake.
So do you, was Prime doing the same thing? I think Prime might have been doing the same thing, and now his money, like, I'm not going to say like he broke, but obviously something happened with his money or whatever that he's crashing out about. There has to be something that transpired for Prime to like start talking about this now. Because if you feel like this from the jump, why was you even there to begin with? Why are you just now saying all of this, you know? So whatever his benefit was probably went away, and now he doesn't have a benefit to be friends with nobody no more. That's probably what it was, bro. Like, I don't even gotta watch no more of this. I'm gonna be real. Like, it's a minute left in that video, but that's what I'm getting from that. Now, Adin did go live the next day, and he replied to everything that was going on with Prime, and he did share some of his opinions, and this is what he had to say.
It's fine. Shit. Yeah, chat, I'll talk about the Prime stuff. I mean, there's not really much to talk about, bro. Like, I don't even know what to say about that shit, bro. Listen, this is the only thing I'll say about Prime. I don't like to speak when I've done it a lot for people. You could clearly tell he's going through it, and I wish him nothing but the best. I didn't appreciate him saying, like, I hope they all die off lean and overdose.
That's what he said. No way he said that. Like, I know I didn't finish it. No way he wished death on them and said that he wished they do all of this and that. No way. That would have been crazy. I don't think he went that far. No way he went that far.
And, he can say what he wants to say. Like I said, I wish him nothing but the best. Whenever he was on fucking stake and I was on stake, I never made sure his deal got dropped, even though it was threatened many times to get dropped. Whether it was him, whether it was a lot of their friends that wouldn't stream at that time. If you were around Kick 2023, my friends, they weren't streaming consistently, so they were threatened to get dropped by Eddie all the fucking time.
Wait, so is that what happened?
I always put myself on the line to make sure motherfuckers never got their deals dropped when I was on stake. It's a fact.
So did Prime's his gambling deal got dropped, and now he feels some type of way because Adin can't get him a new gambling deal? Well, for one, Adin isn't on stake anymore. He's on Rainbet. Maybe he thought Adin could have got him on Rainbet after he got dropped from stake. And maybe that's what he thought was going to happen. He probably thought Adin was going to get him on Rainbet, and Rainbet probably didn't want him, bro. Maybe the numbers weren't where they were supposed to be. Maybe he doesn't stream enough. Maybe it just didn't make sense for Rainbet to do. And maybe now he's just saying that they're all fake because he doesn't know what he's going to do next in life. That's what it seems like, bro. That's just my opinion.
You could just look back at it and stuff like that. But I'm not going to say fuck Prime, none of that, bro. I got a lot of respect for the guy. He's mad that he doesn't get included in stuff a lot. I'll be honest. He wants to do what he wants to do in life. I'm gonna do what I want to do in life. I don't kick it with Cuffham like that. I don't kick it with anybody like that really anymore. I just sit here.
In that video, Adin was kind of saying like the same thing I was saying. I feel like none of them are really like together as a group like they once were when they were first blowing up. Obviously, they're like all older now too, and they all got their own problems and lives to attend to. So maybe that's just like, they come together sometimes, they do a couple things, couple collab streams, couple big events, and then other than that, they don't really hang out anymore. That's what Adin literally just said. And I think Prime just kind of feels like the odd man out, which he may be in the situation, but at the end of the day, bro, it's your own fault for not knowing how to act in certain situations. There was times where you got drunk and got arrested at Brand Risk. You started to fight with Charleston White because you tried to be like a whole, the tough guy arguing back and forth. The whole thing with NLE Chopper's people back in 2021. There's just been multiple times where you shown that it's just, you just can't be in these rooms or these situations, bro, these big events or whatever the case was. So yeah, I think the best thing for Prime to do is to just separate himself a bit. I did see a clip of Adin offering to pay his rent for a year if he moved back to Atlanta or cover the moving costs or something like that, and Prime did accept that offer. So I guess he's going to move to Atlanta now and do some content with the people in Atlanta. Who knows? Maybe he'll even collab with AMP like he said that he could have done years ago apparently. But anyways, man, this is a wild situation. Wishing Prime the best, wishing SSB the best, wishing everybody the best. Hopefully they resolve this situation because they have been longtime friends before the money even started, and we hate to see friendships just fall apart over stuff like that. But anyways, that's just my opinion on this whole situation. As you guys know, the only opinion that I really care about is y'all's opinion. So with that being said, be sure to comment down below and let me know, what do you think of this entire situation? Do you feel like Prime is in the right? Do you feel like Prime is in the wrong? Do you feel like they're only friends because of money? Do you feel like they were fake towards Prime? Just let me know something down below. And while you're at it, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join me on my journey to 25,000 subscribers. And while you're at it, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy the video, be sure to give me a thumbs down. You guys know any feedback is good feedback to me. And as always, I appreciate all of the love and support. And I'll catch you boys and girls in the next banger, man.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.